Hi, this is AtomBomb98, and today I'm going to show you my custom air gun. Now, there are many reasons why I think everybody should have at least one air gun in their collection. It's not only for having fun, on nice summer days, but also it can be good in a survival situation for hunting small game, and also improving your handgun skills, or rifle skills for that matter. Because not everybody can get to the range. I know for me personally, I get to the firing range maybe once every other month maximum, because it's kind of expensive, once you have lane fees and paying for the ammunition and all that stuff. It's a lot cheaper and more convenient to practice your skills with an air gun, I can shoot maybe 1,000 rounds out of this air gun for the price that it costs 1 or 2 boxes of 9mm ammunition. So, it's definitely a good thing to get an air gun, or even an airsoft gun for that matter. But I recommend an air gun because you can also hunt with an air gun, and you can't do that with an airsoft. Well, this is my custom air gun. It's made by Crossman, and when I originally got this, it's made off of the 2240 frame. The Crossman 2240 is about $40 to $50, and it's 22 caliber pellet rifle. It's basic, it's really fun to shoot, but it doesn't have a lot of, bells and whistles on it. But a lot of people like to get that gun as just the starter, the main base, and then add accessories to it, because it's so easy to customize, and that's what I did. Although what I did was a little different. I got their custom shop with my name engraved on it, and the steel breech. As you can see on the standard 2240, it comes with a plastic breech and plastic grips. But on mine, I got the steel breech because there's no plastic on this gun anymore, and that's what my goal was, to replace all the plastic pieces with metal or aluminum. So what I have here is a lot of different accessories, actually. But I'm going to start by talking about the price. I said the standard 2240, which is a great gun, by the way, is about $40 to $50. It's hard for me to estimate how much I've spent on this because I've added parts all for the past 2 years, slowly, But if I had to guess, I'd say I've spent about maybe $250 on this gun. But it's a great gun, and it provides hours of entertainment. This gun, when I originally got it, with the plastic breech and the plastic handles, weighed about 1.8 ounces. I mean, not ounces, 1.8 pounds. Now, with the steel breech and the wooden grips that added a little bit more weight, it now weighs slightly over 2 pounds. But it's still a decent size and weight. Let me just go over real quick all the parts that I've upgraded on this gun. The plastic safety mechanism there. Push it and it's safe. And you push it on the other side and the gun will fire. That was plastic. However, for about $7, I replaced it with a metal safety. I also replaced the trigger mechanism, the sear, which is on the inside, and the hammer on the inside, with a polished hammer. So now when you cock the gun, to cock it, you just pull this back. It's extremely smooth. It was smooth before, but you could feel the grit in it a little bit. Now it's extremely smooth because everything's polished. That also slightly increases the FPS. Which brings me to my next topic, the FPS and caliber. When I first got this gun, it was in 22 caliber, which is a good hunting pellet, but because I'd say maybe 98% of the time when I shoot this gun, it's just at targets. So I chose to go with the 177 caliber pellets. And I've done a lot of testing with the pellets over the years, and once the weather gets nicer and I can get outside, I'll probably put some videos up on that as well. But these so far are the best pellets that I found. The H&N Sport Field Target Trophy Power Pellets. Full copper plated, which also helps prevent lead buildup in the barrel, making it a lot easier when you clean the gun. I'll talk about that later in maintenance. But I'm back to what I've upgraded. I got the rear Williams adjustable sight, which, by the way, I don't know if I've showed you this in another one of my videos, but I have the Leatherman squirt, and that little driver right there is perfect for adjusting the sight on this gun. So that's great. Anyway, I got the walnut grips, which was a major upgrade. Replaced those stupid plastic grips, which I just couldn't stand. And I got the front sight there with a little insert, so it allows it to light up and you can really see the sights. The sight picture on this is amazing, by the way. Alright, so that's what the sight looks like in the sight picture. And by the way, if you're new to firearms and shooting, that's how you want it to look. You want the front sight to be in focus and the back sight to be slightly out of focus, and that'll help you with your shooting. Anyway, the FPS on this gun with 22 caliber pellets when I first got it was about 450 FPS, and I tested it last summer. However, they weren't as accurate at longer distance because the 22 caliber pellets are heavier. And for target shooting, since like I said, I do target shooting maybe 98% of the time, that's why I chose to upgrade this gun to, or not really upgrade, but change it to 177 caliber pellets. And to do that, it's really easy. All you gotta do is change the bolt to a, this is the bolt, by the way, to a skinnier one for 177, and the barrel. Part of the reason why this gun frame is so popular is because everything on this is interchangeable and upgradable. You can take this completely apart. It's so simple to operate. The internals are really simple. You can surface it yourself and work on it, and it doesn't really take a lot of skill. So I spent maybe 30 to 40 minutes and I completely changed the barrel and the bolt, and I changed it to a 177 caliber. So that's why I like this gun, because I can service it myself. I also upgraded all the screws that were originally black. I upgraded everything to silver, because I think it just looks cooler. And that's kind of the theme I'm going with here, silver and black. This gun runs on CO2. You get these 12 gram CO2 cartridges. What I recommend is, and it says this in their manual, I believe, but maybe every 2 to 3 cartridges, you just put a drop of pellet gun oil on the tip and insert it in, and that'll help keep the internals lubed and everything. Also, maybe once every 1,000 shots or whatever, you might want to put a drop of silicone on the little O-ring in the bolt. That'll just help keep the seal nice and tight so air doesn't leak out and keep your FPS at a maximum. Anyway, the FPS with 177 caliber pellets, because they're a lighter and smaller pellet, they're going to be going slightly faster. And I got a reading of about 520 FPS with this 7.5 inch barrel. By the way, you can get completely different length on the barrel for upgrades. This gun is extremely accurate. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation, and the barrel is rifled. So that combination really allows for great accuracy, especially at longer distances. Oh, and by the way, I thought I'd mention that you can get these cleaning pellets, which are 177 or 22, depending on your caliber, little pieces of cloth that you load in just like a normal pellet, and you fire maybe 3 or 4 of these, and it cleans your barrel. This gun is extremely simple to operate. To operate it, what you do is you just pull back the bolt. I have this pellet pen with, you fill it with about 20 pellets, depending on the caliber, and you just push it and the pellets shoot out. And that really helps with loading. I'm not going to do it because I'm inside right now, but you just load one into the chamber and close it, and then you are ready to fire. You want to make sure, obviously, the safety's off, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to shoot it. And then you just fire, and it's one shot, and you repeat that step. Now, let's say you have the gun cocked, and you decide you don't want to fire. Very simple, you just hold the bolt back, make sure the safety's off, which it is, yep. You pull the trigger, and you slowly release. And then it's uncocked and it won't fire. So that's a simple, easy way to decock the gun. The ergonomics on this gun are amazing, by the way. Especially since I upgraded the grip to this walnut wooden grip. It feels amazing. And it also helps with accuracy to have a gun that feels good in your hand. Everybody has a different hand size. And honestly, I think maybe I would prefer if this was a little bit skinnier, but it still feels great in my hand. Anyway, my one complaint though with this gun is not with the ergonomics, it's with, here I'll show you let me zoom in. So you can probably see the writing on the side. It's a warning from Crossman, you know, not a toy, misuse may cause fatal injury. So, I mean, I really wish they wouldn't have put that on their gun. Maybe on the box, maybe, you know, whatever, but not right on the side where everybody can see it. But, oh well. This gun has an accessory rail on the top. I want to say it's a Picatinny rail. Maybe. I'll annotate that if I'm wrong, but it will accept scopes and sights. Obviously, I have the rear sight here, but it will take a red dot as well, and many accessories. I've had a scope on this before, and yeah, so that's cool. Also, to change the CO2, you just unscrew this and drop it in and then tighten it down. You want to tighten it so it's finger tight. A lot of people, it has a little notch in there. A lot of people want to get like a screwdriver and really tighten it down, but you don't want to do that because it will compress the foam valve that's in there, and over time it will cause it to leak. So it's really important you just want to do it finger tight, so it's not loose but it's not too tight. And then you're going to want to fire the gun. You'll hear it puncture the CO2. It'll be like a little click. And then you cock the gun, fire it again, and then it'll be the loud pop. So I want to show you a cool feature that the custom Crossman has that doesn't come with the standard 2240. I added it into this gun because I wanted this to be as customizable as possible. But so I used my Leatherman squirt here to unscrew this screw. Has a brass flathead screw in there. and the grip comes off. And you can see the sear in the spring. Or not the sear, but the trigger adjustment screw with the spring. This pushes up against the sear, and that's what creates the tension on the firing mechanism. And that's a direct correlation to how much trigger pull your gun's going to have. So what they have in here, well, on the standard Crossman 2240, here, let me zoom in so you can see better. On the standard 2240, it is just a spring in there. So none of the trigger pull is adjustable. However, on the custom one that I have, it has a little screw that you can tighten or loosen, and that'll adjust your trigger pull tension. It'll adjust the spring tension and then make the trigger pull either lighter or heavier. Alright, that is it with my review. I definitely highly recommend this gun. It's a great gun. If you're going to get the Crossman 2240, I highly recommend you do, because it's highly customizable and you can make it perfect for you depending on what you want in a gun. If you want accuracy or power, it's all customizable. Thanks for watching, and this is Adam Bomb 98.